Hey party people, welcome back to MVM, and I'm heading to Essen like in a couple hours, and I was like, I haven't slept really well, but before I leave, I need to tell you about this game. It's like 5 a.m. right now, and I gotta fly really soon. Sorry for the beady eyes and the low amount of editing in this one, but in this game, Phoenix Dawn New Horizon, I keep saying Dawn, it's Phoenix New Horizon. It's based in a post-apocalyptic world. You're trying to rebuild yourself, and it's got a little bit of that theme. You're gonna see cartridges, you're gonna see all these different kind of like twists on future going on in here. But what you're really trying to do is get your workers up this kind of wire track as like a worker placement function, and then you're unlocking things on your board. It's got a couple things that are, you know, a little different, a couple things that are kind of traditional Yuri, but this worker placement thing is the reason why everybody's probably talking about this game. So let's just dig into it. On this table, you have the layout here for the game. You're gonna have these different spots where you're putting out regenerators at the top here, and then at the bottom, you're gonna be having like, I think they're just homes or something like that, that you're unlocking. But typically those come from the board as you unlock with more energy you get from round to round. It's fuel, I should say, and those fuel pieces are gonna be here. That's the only resource in the game. Other than that, you're just unlocking things on your board, adding to your population, and then those population people, as they come out, will go to these different missions that are around the areas here, like this population track. Once they get up there, they can go to one of those spots. Once we release these guys, you can start putting them here, and then you also, when you get to the top, you're going to be able to use those there. All right, we got a lot of stuff to talk about, so let's just dig in. Okay, so over here is the worker placement mechanic that I'm talking about. There are wires that connect to these spots, and these are like the kind of meeting spots right here. You're going to be placing your workers on these spots, but then you may also promote guys to get them up here, and you can promote them as far as you can pay fuel. You can go up once, you can go up once, you can go up twice, and then if you want to pay more, you can take an action. Now you're thinking like, why is that important, right? Like, why is that important? Well, I'm going to show you how you can play this a couple different ways. Well, when you place your worker on your turn, you can go either way. You can go whichever way you want, but you kind of choose a side and you're on that side. But this is how it goes. If I put, let's say, my worker on this spot here, what that means is I can take one of these pieces within the range of my my energy here, my fuel, whatever. I'll take that off. I have to pay the cost, which would be 3 fuel, and then when I do, I can place it on one of these spots here, the silver spots that are on here. Now what does that do? One, it's going to give me the benefit that is above it. So like, let's say I put it on this one here, I'm going to be able to travel 2 up this track here, and what I'm going to do is actually go for a couple things. I'm going to go bang. Once I pass here, I unlock one of my people, and now I'm just trying to figure out what I want to do. Do I want to score for, if I'm in first place, second place, or third place? Do I want to establish something maybe for the homes here, and I can do that, or maybe I want to wait till one of my guys gets all the way to the top. So I'll do that and kind of wait it out. Little guy's waiting there with a little happy smile. Love that the people are smiling, but it is weird because it's an after apocalypse type theme. But anyway, my second move is going to be to move up here, and I have a choice between 5 points and one of these pieces. One of these pieces here will actually say, hey, you're multiplying times this track right here. So this track is something you move across. Let's say it's right here. You move across, and it's whoa, 5 a.m. This is 5 a.m. thoughts. Okay, trying to get it together. This track here represents the different colors. I think it's like military, home, and science or something like that. And then you're going to multiply wherever you are on that track, 1, 2, 3, or 4, times how many of these icons you have, these little home pieces on, these little circle dishes on. So I would say, hey, I'm going to go ahead and do red. So I have, what do I have a lot of? Let's see. I have a lot of green. Let's just say green. So I'll have 1 here, I have 2 here, I have 3 here, and I have 3. So 3 times 3 is 9 points. Okay, so now I'll give myself 9 points. I have 5. I think 9 plus 5 is still 14, I believe. I won't be able to do my score from up there, but that's kind of how that works. And once you get past this little line here, you're going to unlock one of your guys like I just did. Orange will take their turn, and let's say they go this way. When they go this way, they are going to be able to place down one of their discs. Now this this whole situation here is a whole bunch of unlocks that are on here. You're going to have the bronze ones, which are first to come off, and as you move up this track, you're going to unlock more guys from your board. So I have this guy and this guy unlocked, but you're eventually going to go on these paths, and some of them unlock and give you benefits along the way. So you have little spots here where you get benefits, and then you start to unlock these guys and you get more benefits as you pay more fuel and take these off. So I'm going to take my first one off. If I take another one off, I'll be able to take one of these guys and put them out on the board. But for right now, I'm going to place them, let's say, on one of these spots where there's already an established guy. There's already an established one here. Now, since it's already established by the opponent, I'm going to give them this benefit here. But I also get the benefit of having this here as well. So that's going to give him 2 points. Boom, boom. And I should say, there's a couple other little things that are important. Like, let's say I didn't have a gray here, and my the gray player put this here. Well, since, oh no, let's say here instead. Let's say here instead. If they put this here and we have 2 of these regenerators established, we get this benefit in the middle. So then I would get 2 of these energies. So there's a little bit of this interesting setup, and this is all variable. This is different every game. And speaking of different, this track is all different every game. You take these pieces out and you put them in there randomly. And in a 4-player game, you wouldn't have these things blocked like that. In a 3-player game, there's some blocked. Now I want to set up a situation where you can see something interesting happen. So for example, you can use this thing to go up this track, and this is kind of like a viticulture worker or a special worker that can kind of go up here and take an action without paying, but they still have to pay for this right here, the fuel that goes up to here, 2 or 6 to get up to here. And there's a reason why you want to go up. The reason why you want to go up is because you'll have more stations where you can stay higher, but the benefits are just a ton better. But I just wanted to kind of show you this. You can have these 2 opponents here, let's say myself and opponent, and then what happens is these wires allow me to go up this thing, this little pattern that's right there, and go all the way up to the next level without paying. So it's kind of a weird kind of twist on worker placement there. So you kind of create these paths for each other, but you can take advantage of. I just thought that was really interesting that you can do that. And then you even have another spot here. So let's say, and this guy, let's say they want to go up that way, but I want to go this way on my board. This is a gear. This gear, and I'm cheating like crazy, folks. I'm trying to give you what's going on here. These gears here are like upgrades that happen in your board. They also are used for scoring at the end of the game, but this is going to move you up these spots. And what you're doing is you can go across like that, you can go straight up like that, and it's going to score you points and give you benefits during the game. But this also controls how much of this, how much fuel you get between rounds. So it's important to play out that strategy during the game. Also, really interesting mechanic. You have your public, your private goals that you're going to be getting from your hand and playing them at the beginning or the end of your turn. And then you also have a public goal as well. The really cool mechanic in this game also, just a small little thing. You know how you'll have missions that you'll put like under your board and you'll get that during the game, or you know, like that's a kind of a standard Euro thing, you know, tuck these under, get them. But in this thing, you have these cool little cartridges here, and then you'll place them into your board, almost like a old video game, you know, like a Nintendo back in the day, and you'll put them inside of your board, and then you'll have this ready. Some of them give you in-game scoring, some of them give you in-the-game kind of actions, they're better, and then some of these actually give you a little bit of a bonus by taking a certain action, and every time you take it, you'll get a benefit for it. So I want to chase one of those down, and that one's all the way up here. So I would have to get up there, and I would have to pay. I'd have to pay the resource to go up there, and then I'd have to pay another resource to go across, and that would be the same thing for over there. Now at the end of the round, let's say where we are. Let's just put ourselves somewhere. We'll put ourselves there and there. At the end of the round, these guys, let's say I was here. These guys will go back to where they are on the platforms. So they'll slide over, and they will always be on the top or wherever they went to. Okay, so even if my guy was like out here taking this action, which you can pay for, you can go all the way up there, you would move back to one of those platforms. And that's the real interesting part of the game, is it's like, where are you going to go on these wires? That wire thing is just really cool. And if you get to the top, okay, if you get to the top, So let's say I get here, I do number 4 action. I would be able to take this guy that I have unlocked from my board. He's been waiting there, and now I put them up there, and they're going to score for this over here, which means I'm going to get points for every one of these bronze ones that I have placed already. So I've been kind of setting that up the whole game. These come out at random, these are random, these are random, and these are 100%. Every single piece that's in there is random. They actually have an icon on them that says, hey, put this in level 2, put this in level 3, put this in level 4, but they're just randomized when you put them out there. These are random as well. I think there's a couple extra in there. And at the beginning of the game, you have a choice of like how you want to power up or whatever. These are level 1s. They go on here, and then you choose between them in reverse turn order. These are randomized as well. So there's a lot going on. I just wanted to show you this before I went to Essen. I'll let you decide what you want to do with it. At least demo the game. It's by Paraloco. They did Satori last year, which is a really good game, and I showed it on the channel. But hopefully this gives you a good overview of a game that I just think is really freaking good. I was like, man, let me just record this real quick before I jet. So hopefully this gives you an idea of what this game has to offer. That is Phoenix New Horizon. I hope that this gets a translation over here and comes to the market, because this one's really freaking good. All right, party people, you take care and have a wonderful day. If you see me at Essen, say hello, but be safe. It's a crazy convention. All right, you take care, have a wonderful day. Thank you for joining me on MVM.